Should you stop selling your NFTs on OpenSea? Recently, OpenSea users have been the victim of phishing attacks, which means that some people have been losing their NFTs. And with NFT integration announcements on the horizon for Facebook, Instagram, and even the New York Stock Exchange, that has a lot of people wondering whether or not OpenSea could lose its user base. I'm Devin Cook. Let's have a chat, and I finally got a new haircut, and welcome back to DevMoney. So first off, we gotta rewind a little bit and catch you up to speed. Starting in December in 2021, we started seeing people posting on Twitter about how their NFTs from popular collections were being sold for absurdly low prices. And these people were claiming that they hadn't even listed their NFTs for sale on OpenSea, yet they were still selling. For example, on January 24th, a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT number 9991 was purchased for 0.77 Ethereum, which at the time was only about $1,800. And at the time, the floor price for the Bored Apes was around 100 Ethereum, and so that's about $250,000. And only about 20 minutes after that NFT sold for 0.77 Ethereum, it was then relisted on OpenSea and sold for about 84 Ethereum, realizing a $200,000 profit. And the reason this was happening is because some people were listing their NFTs in one wallet, we'll call that wallet A, and then for whatever reason transferring that NFT out to another wallet, which we'll call wallet B. And the problem came when people were transferring their NFTs from wallet A over to wallet B without first canceling the listing for that NFT in wallet A. And at first it didn't cause a problem, the NFTs were fine. But the issue started popping up when the user, for whatever reason, transferred the NFT back from wallet B over to wallet A, where it was originally listed. And since an NFT listing is a smart contract, unless that smart contract is canceled, it still exists. And there's only two ways to cancel a smart contract. Either number one, you have to deliberately go onto OpenSea and cancel the listing for that NFT. You have to sign the transaction and then pay the gas fee, and the smart contract is canceled. Or number two, the listing can just expire. Say you decided to list your NFT for 6 months. Well, after 6 months goes by, and if your NFT has not sold, then that smart contract, that listing will expire and you don't have to do anything to do so. So when people were transferring their NFTs back from wallet B over to wallet A, where they were originally listed, if that listing hadn't expired yet, it meant that that NFT was now again on the market for the original price that the user set. And this can cause a lot of headache, because if you were trying to sell that NFT for say 1 Ethereum 5 months ago, but now the floor price for that project is 3 Ethereum, and then all of a sudden it's back on the market at that 1 Ethereum price, well, someone can snipe that and they basically just made an easy 2 Ethereum. And this is why people were losing their valuable NFTs. They were transferring them over to a wallet where they were originally listed, the smart contract hadn't expired, and then someone was able to snipe those NFTs and buy them before the original owner found out that they were still for sale. And obviously there was a lot of media surrounding this because people don't want to lose their extremely expensive NFTs. So OpenSea, to rectify this, had to actually refund a bunch of people, and they don't want to keep doing that because it costs them money, so they decided to make some changes. So that's the backstory. Now you're caught up to speed. Now recently on February 18th, OpenSea announced a smart contract upgrade that was going to delist inactive NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. And the new upgrade was said to ensure that old inactive listings on Ethereum securely expire and allow us to offer new safety features in the future. So if you have NFTs that are listed for sale on OpenSea, you would be able to migrate them over to this new smart contract, which would fix any issues that we just talked about. And as long as you did so by February 25th, you could keep your current listings active on the new smart contract without having to pay a new gas fee, which is really nice because who likes gas fees? And if you chose not to migrate your NFTs for whatever reason, they would just expire on the 25th and you could relist them at whatever point that you chose to. So overall, this was a really good and needed upgrade for OpenSea, but then the issues started to happen pretty quickly, because just a few days after OpenSea announced the migration over to this new smart contract, there started to be reports of phishing attacks that were targeting NFTs migrating over to the new smart contract. And investigations revealed that attackers were using a phishing email to steal NFTs before they got migrated over to OpenSea's new smart contract. And once a user authorizes NFT migration from the fraudulent email, the attackers gain access to the NFTs and they can do what they want with them, which typically means they steal them. OpenSea co-founder and CEO Devin Finzer even acknowledged the phishing attack and confirmed that 17 users have lost NFTs so far. Now for context, 17 people out of the million+ users on OpenSea is not a big number, and it's a pretty small percentage. But I do know that makes me think twice about migrating NFTs over to this new smart contract, because if there's a risk that you could lose your NFTs, no matter how small the risk, I would rather not take it. And the thing is that OpenSea has been the king of NFT marketplaces for a while now, but with all of these issues popping up over the last couple of months, it has a lot of people wondering whether or not OpenSea is going to go the way of AOL, HD DVD, and MySpace. And ever since the start of 2022, we've seen more and more competition for OpenSea starting to pop up. Both FTX and LooksRare are doing a lot to prove themselves as legitimate OpenSea competitors and worthy NFT marketplaces. And with the Coinbase NFT marketplace launching later this year, the list of new NFT exchanges that are coming for OpenSea just keeps getting longer and longer. And just last week, for example, we got an announcement that the New York Stock Exchange is filing a trademark for an NFT marketplace. And the trademark filing revealed that their platform would allow for the trading of both cryptocurrencies as well as NFTs. So could one of the oldest American institutions be going head to head with OpenSea? Only time will tell. And perhaps one of the biggest threats to OpenSea comes from none other than America's favorite social media company, Facebook. Oh wait, sorry, Meta. If something happens on the internet, especially with social media, Facebook wants to own it. So it really comes as no surprise that they're looking at different ways to tap into the NFT space and get their foot in the door. And Facebook is very well known for taking what's working in social media and then implementing it into their platform to crush the competition. And if they can't crush the competition, well, they just buy them. When Instagram was becoming increasingly popular, Facebook saw that as a threat to their social media dominance, and so they bought Instagram for about $1 billion back in 2012. When Snapchat was all the rage and people couldn't get enough of the Snapchat story feature, what did Facebook do? They implemented stories on Facebook and Instagram. And they've also done the exact same thing with Instagram Reels, which is a direct ripoff from TikTok. In the past, Facebook has paid over $20 billion for WhatsApp and another $2 billion for Oculus. So it's safe to say that Facebook wants to dominate the social media space, and they have the money to do so, and right now NFTs are in their crosshairs. And various reports are saying that Meta is looking at a way to implement NFTs into their platform so that users can display their collections. And on top of being able to display their NFTs, potentially they'll also be able to buy and sell them right on Instagram or Facebook. And social media really has brought on this entire flex culture that we have. Anywhere you go on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or any other social media platform, you're gonna see photos of huge mansions, beautiful cars, expensive watches, insane pools, jets, yachts, helicopters, and pretty much anything that costs a bunch of money that people can show off online. And Gary Vee has talked about the ability to showcase NFTs and flex them online like you would a fancy car or fancy watch is one of the next pieces to helping NFTs go truly mainstream. And who better to provide an avenue to display your NFTs to the maximum amount of people than Facebook and Instagram? And I know, having a massive centralized company like Meta may not be the preferred way that every crypto guru wants this all to play out. But you can't deny that having Meta go all into NFTs would bring a flood of new users into NFTs, the likes of which we've never seen before. And in a recent interview, Daniel Yurko, who's a blockchain entrepreneur, said that Meta's involvement in the NFT market would really increase exposure of NFTs to the average person. He said, initially, I think the market would be flooded with more buyers than NFT creators, resulting in generally higher prices. The value of NFTs still has to be based on something and not created out of thin air. Both NFT projects and individuals who already have a large following could likely charge higher prices with a sudden flood of consumers. And Meta definitely has the user base to bring this flood of people into NFTs. That's undeniable. Facebook had 2.91 billion active users in the fourth quarter of 2021, and Instagram had a bit over 1 billion users worldwide in 2021. Now, those are some massive numbers, and recently there's been a lot of talk about the Coinbase NFT marketplace and their 2 million person waitlist just waiting for the launch of that marketplace. But that's just a drop in the bucket compared to the 4 billion users that use Facebook and Instagram. That's half of the world's population. And as soon as they integrate NFTs into their platform, a certain percentage of those users are going to start transacting in NFTs and crypto. They're going to be buying and selling them. Say even just 0.1% of all the people on Facebook and Instagram start buying and selling NFTs once they integrate them into their platform. Well, that's still 4 million new users that will be getting into NFTs. And that's a massive number because the NFT space is still extremely new. Meta is definitely aware of all of the money that can be made with NFTs. And so we're still at such an early phase that we could potentially see a situation where Meta pushes out FTX, LooksRare, or OpenSea and becomes the dominant player in the space. Now, it would definitely take a lot for them to overthrow OpenSea because OpenSea is massive and a lot of people are very loyal to OpenSea. But I also don't think it's unlikely to see Meta in the future acquire an NFT exchange like, say, LooksRare, maybe even OpenSea, or another exchange that they could then implement into their platforms. There's a lot that can happen in 2022, and it's going to be a very telling year for the NFT industry. And OpenSea is great, don't get me wrong. I like it, I use it, but it's still not without its issues. And I, for one, am not a huge fan of Facebook as a company, but even I can't deny the fact that Facebook and Instagram implementing NFTs onto their platform would probably be largely beneficial to the entire NFT community. I predict that by the end of the year, we're gonna see some sort of announcement from Meta about NFT integration onto their platforms, but the details of that are just up in the air right now. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.